These are the leading headlines tonight. 18 Jam laid to rest at heroes' grave. Appreciate the sacrifices of national heroes. Sarawak launches Asia's first electrolyser facility. Dato' Amar Awang Tengah leads Sarawak Delegation's visit to Mining Research Institute in Vancouver. MOTAC, MAHB and MOTAC collaborate to provide incentives for inaugural flights to Sarawak. Assalamualaikum and good evening. A somber atmosphere enveloped the burial service of the recipient of the Seri Pahlawan Gagah Perkasa Medal, the late Corporal, retired Atin Jam, at the hero's grave in Kuching on Friday. The late Atin was laid to rest at around 11:39 a.m. Before that, the remains of the deceased were taken from the Kuching Civic Centre to St. Thomas Church for a funeral service at 8:30 a.m. After the prayers, the coffin of the late Atin was then taken to the hero's grave, carried by pallbearers of Royal Malaysia Police PDRM. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Uga Embas, was in attendance representing the Sarawak government. Also present were Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Labour, Immigration and Project Monitoring, Dato' Gerawat Gala, Sarawak Deputy State Secretary Administration, Dato' Baklan Bangit, Sarawak Police Commissioner, Dato' Mancha Atta, heads of Sarawak and federal government departments, members of the Retired and Veteran Police Association, as well as members of the late Atin's family. Meanwhile, when met by reporters at the hero's grave, Dato' Amar Uga said the current generation should appreciate the sacrifices and services of the nation's heroes who fought to defend the peace of the country. According to the Sarawak Deputy Premier, the sacrifices and struggles of the late Atin and his comrades in protecting the safety and security of the nation should not be forgotten.
Secara pribadi memang terima kasih dan memberi penghargaan yang cukup tidak terhingga kerana with their sacrifice that the present generation can enjoy the prosperity and economic prosperity that we have today.
The late Atin, a retired police officer, passed away in Miri Hospital on 4th June after a prolonged battle with lung cancer. During his lifetime, the deceased was awarded the Seri Pahlawan Gagah Perkasa Medal by the 5th Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Tuanku Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah, on 6th of July 1972. This honour was bestowed following his courageous actions against a group of communist terrorists, during which he managed to kill one of them in an incident on 29th of April 1972. The Sarawak government has once again made history by launching the first electrolyser facility in Asia, located at the Sarawak Electrolyser Assembly and Distribution Facility, CDF, in the Mat Laut Industrial Park. According to Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari to Dato' Abang Openg, the facility aims to achieve a capacity of 500 megawatts in the next 5 years, boosting the green economy agenda for Sarawak and Malaysia. He mentioned that initially the annual production capacity is 50 megawatts. Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari explained CDF will bring significant changes in hydrogen production, where SEDC Energy, a subsidiary of the Sarawak Economic Development Corporation, SEDC, can now produce its own electrolysers through this facility in collaboration with Petronas subsidiary Lestari H2 Gas Sdn Bhd.
This is a game changer in the process of producing hydrogen because we produce electrolyzer ourselves, meaning this facility will reduce the costs of converting water H2O into hydrogen. I first saw this facility when I visited Bangi in 2022, which is a research facility of Petronas. That is where I requested Petronas to share this technology with us, and subsequently with SEDC Energy, we are able to build this domestic needs and demand, but we are also supplying to people, users outside Sarawak.
He said during a press conference after the launch of CDF at the Matlaut Industrial Park in Kuching on Thursday. Accordingly, the Sarawak Premier said that the state government will provide additional funding for joint research and development efforts between SCDC Energy and Lestari H2 Gas to further improve the technology used to reduce the kilowatt-hour consumption for electrolysers. Thus, he said this new facility can also help achieve Sarawak's goals in hydrogen production using the latest technology, including generating electricity, especially in remote and rural areas. Sarawak Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan led a delegation from Sarawak on Thursday to visit the Bradshaw Research Institute for Minerals and Mining, BRIM, British Columbia University in Vancouver, Canada. During the visit, the delegation was briefed on matters related to the mining industry in Canada. The visit underscores Sarawak's commitment to develop its mining sector in a sustainable and responsible manner to accelerate socio-economic development in line with the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy, PCDS 2030. The discussion with BRIM representatives touched on key development aspects of a responsible mining industry, including training, talent development, and institutional framework. During the visit, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah expressed the state government's commitment for collaboration between British Columbia University with local higher learning institutions owned by the Sarawak government to provide certified mining-related courses and training programs for Sarawakians. He also stressed the importance of learning from Vancouver's leading mining industry, citing the success as a benchmark to empower the mining sector, which is one of the 6 key economic sectors under PCDS 2030. The Sarawak Ministry of Transport MOTS is currently working closely with Malaysia Airports Holding Berhad MAHB and the Federal Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture MOTAC to provide incentives for inaugural flights entering Sarawak. Sarawak Transport Minister Dato' Sri Lee Kim Shin said this collaboration has the potential to increase the number of international flights to Sarawak, which in turn is expected to attract more tourists and boost the local economy.
And we have a lot of visitors coming. We hope that SIA will also have direct flights to Sarawak. Yeah. We are engaging with various airlines and to hope to bring international flights to Sarawak. At the moment, we only have Singapore to Kuching and Brunei to Kuching. So we are hoping that SIA from China, from other airlines. So we are still working on it.
He said this when speaking in a brief ceremony to welcome the maiden flight of a Scoot aircraft from Singapore, which landed safely at Cebu Airport on Wednesday. According to Dato' Sri Lee, the new Scoot aircraft with 112 seats provides flexibility for the low-cost carrier Singapore Airlines to increase the frequency of flights to the state. He added that although the capacity of the aircraft is relatively small, it gives the opportunity for more flights to be scheduled and offers more options for passengers.
So when I had discussion with Scoot before, when they're using these new aircraft, more capacity, but I hope that they can increase the flight with more frequencies. That's what we hope that so that be able to bring more, especially Singaporeans. But we hope that with more Scoots coming here, flights coming here, we have more international tourists because SIA, they bring a lot of international to Singapore, and we hope that Scoots together with our tourism ministry together, they will promote Sarawak so that they can get on the Scoot flight and come over to Sarawak. Not only Singaporeans but also international tourists.
And that's the English edition with me, Didi Nursyafiqah. More news can be found in our official portal, ukasta.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. We end the bulletin tonight with a highlight of the burial service of the late 18 Jam at the Kuching Heroes' grave on Friday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.